Before we get going for this session, before I do introductions, I would like you all to, I'm going to get Adam to wave his arms around, and I want you all to look at him and smile. And if you need any photography done or videos or things like that, he's your man. If I didn't say that, he was going to delete all my photos. So he also is excellent at blackmail technique, and which is very effective because it's worked, and I went to say it. So he's doing some incredible work for us today, so I shouldn't be joking around. But thank you for being here. Give him a round of applause. The storytelling that we need is so important, and we've seen this on and off all day today. And photos, visuals, experience, empathy, all of those things all come together. How we taste things, how we smell things, how we see and experience. So we're going to doing some seeing and experiencing with Crystal and Marina now, and we are going to have some fun. So, Crystal, do you want to wave your arms around so everyone knows who you are? From Create Digital Media. They have been incredible. They are helping us today in so many different ways, and it's an award-winning digital and XR designer. She is, with 10 years more experience in the creative industries, and has done all sorts of fun and interesting things, as well as nurturing and midwifing startups and helping multinational companies as well. And she's very passionate about that question, what if? So we're going to have a few what ifs today, and then I'm turning over my page because I haven't learnt these things off by heart. And this is Marina, who Marina's going to wave too, yes. She's a marketer, an innovative all-rounder, Jill of all trades, excelling in crafting strategic approaches and more than 20 years of business experience. And she can help propel your business to go from something little to something big. So the scalability and storytelling is a really big part of the game changing that she can do to help you with your sales. They're both really committed to our community, and we've seen that through their contribution here to today's conference, and also to many, many conversations that have been hidden behind the scenes that we don't see, that we know that you are having with other people. So please make Crystal and Marina very welcome.
Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so pleased to welcome you here. You are hopefully going to have fun, and we're going to share with you some of our ideas and thoughts, and this is my alarm. So I would like you to all get up, if we can. Stretch a little bit. And we're going to walk around the room. How do you feel about emergent technologies? The question is. And emergent technologies is AI, VR, AR. If you feel confused, if you feel not sure, if you feel more on the side that you're not fully in, I would like you to go to that side, whatever it is for you. For me, it's left. Yeah. You can start moving. And if you are super positive, super optimistic, and all pro, I'm going to be in the middle. In the right. And we do have room in the middle. If you are more feeling in the middle, you want to sit, you want to watch, and more explore, you're welcome to the middle.
And I guess we're also welcoming the people online on the chat. So if you feel the same way, please type in the chat. I'm positive, or I'm not sure. Yeah, gotta figure it out.
Great. We will. We're saving you explanation what technologies are. Of course, we're not letting you off today without clear understanding what they are. Thank you very much for your participation. And all the opinions are great. It's great having an opinion, because then you can work with it. If we haven't formulated we are pro or against or not sure, we don't know what we're working with. So if you are in the middle, you're in the right room, because today we're going to discuss with you and hopefully get you more clarity to understand, maybe move more into against, or maybe move more into pro. Okay? It's a free country. We can move anywhere we want. Wait, don't go. No. Now, while you're still standing, I would like you to have a little discussion in the small groups. What is your biggest concern? Just share with each other who you're standing. Find one person and share what is your biggest concern. I'm coming to this side.
Yeah, and
What is
also
your biggest
maybe
concern?
what excites you if you're very positive about the tech.
I think like I'm like on for AI, but I don't know how to engage with it. Like, you know, I think, oh, we've got job descriptions, but how to like really start and also working with
For the people online, again, please feel free to type in the chat what your opinion is, and yeah, we'd love to hear from you. That's awesome.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're not sitting yet, we're standing, and I'm giving you a click.
That's awesome. Now, thanks everyone. You can be seated, unless if you want to stand all the way through. Yeah, it's okay, especially sitting. Now, the interesting thing is, every opinion in the room belongs. Why is that? Because if this pointer works, it works. The reality of emerging technology is, it's a packed suitcase. Who loves traveling? I love traveling. It's a packed suitcase with the high potential and high risk in the same suitcase, and one cannot exist without the other. That's unfortunately the reality of these technologies. Why? It is so advanced in a way that it holds so much potential, but it's also so new and so rapidly changing to a point that our researchers and the industries cannot catch up with mitigating the risk and technology. In fact, even the governments, the US governments, the UK government, and Australia are also trying to how can we put governance into these technology uses in businesses. Now, this is what's exciting. Pointer, thank you. So the irony of the emerging technologies, I love Venn diagram. If you see on the blue side, if we use the technology wisely, responsibly, purpose-driven thought leaders most likely are erring towards the concern or reluctant side because they think a lot about what would happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now. However, there is always people who jump on the train very quickly because this technology has power. Not sure if you guys have heard about, they say AI is more dangerous than nuclear weapon. I'm like, really? Well, probably. Well, the thing is, right, it's joke, but not a joke. It's serious, but also, you know what? What I'm trying to say is, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, believe it or not, carry this panic button in his backpack every day. What is that button for? To shut off ChatGPT anytime if things go wrong. That is how dangerous this thing is. But on the other hand, if people in the industry do not leverage this power, it's got so much potential, right? However, what's ironic is the use of technology. When I'm saying bad here, it's not malicious. It's bad practice. So if you don't address the ethics, if you don't address the governance, if you don't have the cybersecurity, privacy, and all these things in place, people can either be unaware of the risk or the danger, or they're actually aware but blindsidedly just are on the good, what it can bring for them. It's some ironic human, sometimes the choice we need to make, right? But I believe people in this room, the reason why we are here is because we're kind of having that more, you know what, let's think through things. Funny how Can I just quickly shout out to my team, Create Digital Media, for like helping us run all this digital stuff as well. Team Alan, thank you so much. But in the process of us setting this up, right, we learned something. Crystal, if we don't need paper printing, don't print. I'm like, yeah, that's new, but that's good. As in, if we care so much just without printing one paper, surely we can care so much more about to use the technology for good, ethically, and responsibly, right? So now here's the question. Do you think these technologies are just a hype? Would it just come cool for a bit and then fade away? No. Many people are not shaking. So the thing is, now here's the next question. Do you think it will revolutionize social impact? If yes, how? If no, why not? Now, here's the fun stuff. We both call this digital fun space because technology is supposed to be fun. However, so many people are afraid of it, like even to try, right? I am not so tech savvy. But the thing is, as a technologist, I think technology exists to actually help human. So if we have that perspective, so what is the difference between augmented reality, mixed reality, virtual reality, extended reality, so many realities, right? So if I would explain this to a 5-year-old, I'll say, hey, so if I have a digital asset, and I want to bring back to the physical reality. So, for example, dinosaur doesn't exist. You want to see dinosaur in your living room? Sure, let's pop an AR. That's augmented reality for you. Dinosaur on the room. Now, if you actually want to go back to 2,000 years ago where they live in their time, in the jungle, in the massive, maybe flying with a pterodactyl, whatever, jump on virtual reality, because that will transport us as human into the virtual world, where you can experience all kind of simulations. And, physically, we cannot be 2,000 years ago, right? So mixed reality is anything in between. So, for example, I'm here, but then I want to attend like a conference in Texas, for example. But then it cannot be in person, for example. So anything that anchors the physical world, but like augment the Texan Expo, for example, where I can see in a personal space. So that's like the in-between mixed reality. Extended reality is basically anything beyond our physical reality, so all things capsulated together. Is that a HD for me? All right, so yes. Deepfake stuff, that's a good question. So deepfake is actually AI, multiple implementation of different kinds of AI. Generative AI for the actual visual representation of the avatar, and then voice cloning, and then all these things. So, yeah. But I guess if you want to say that's beyond physical reality, yeah. All right, so this is the fun stuff. Everyone has a phone, I believe. Let's scan that QR code. So this is a fun selfie experience that we made for Business for Good conference. When you scan that, open in Instagram. Feel free to take a selfie if you'd like to. Hold your hand up, though.
That's your opportunity to experience augmented reality as is.
I'm gonna walk around the room. Hey, so try scanning that again. So that's not scanned yet, so if you go back.
Is it working?
Scan with the camera.
Great.
Has anyone got, cute stuff? So if you want to post that on Instagram, you can. So let's use the Business for Good hashtag.
Whatever has appeared on your arm that is not existent object that appears.
Does it work for you?
And augment your reality.
I want to come. Yeah, sure. So yeah, if you want to post this on Instagram, you can. please tag SASAC and social traders and collab for good as well. And if we can just, give them a hand clap. Like, honestly, this whole day has been so inspiring. How good is it that we get to champion the social causes, right? So, yeah. Cannot clap with my icon. Yay, maybe they can have a shout. The funny ones, Ari. All right, next one. So who has fun? Who thinks that was fun? Now, here's the question, right? Why are immersive technologies so powerful? Does anyone know why? Thoughts? Because they're fun. Of course, thank you. Does anyone else have thoughts? Yes.
They contain a lot more experience texture because you're immersed in them, right?
Yes, yeah. It's funny how our human brain works, actually. Thank you. So here's the science of immersion and presence. Research show that computer science, when empowered by engineering, and then based on psychological principle and neuroscience, they develop a multisensory high degree of realism that, interestingly, our brain cannot distinguish between the real reality. As a VR developer myself, I was so surprised at one point. I couldn't tell us what the project was because it's under research ethics, but I went up to like a serene mountain in a VR environment that I built myself. And then I went like, wow, this is relaxing. And I went like, this is so silly, Crystal. You're in a VR lab, like seriously. But then the feeling that I had was as if I'm up on a mountain looking at like panoramic stuff. And I'm like, this is crazy. And then the other one is like neuropsychological response. That's a big word. Impulsive, immersive customer experience or user experience, you would say. This is why immersive marketing, for example, is very on point. Like it gets people to buy like 60% higher than normal marketing. So is anyone interested? So yeah, now here is the thing. If these tools are just amplifier, that 10 times is just a figurative number, by the way. So the concept is, if the red ones are actually representing the bad, as in like bad practice, or like something that is not as positive as it should be, for example, right? And then the blue one are actually representing good social causes, for example. Immersive technologies actually amplifies whatever that gets into their system. Just like this microphone, right? If I'm speaking, it amplifies my voice. If Ari is speaking, it amplifies Ari's voice. If Matt is speaking, it amplifies Matt's voice. So it's just a matter of who is using this technology and for what. Now the thing is, as we mentioned before in the suitcase was packed with like both the good and the bad. What that means is, even when someone used the technology without consent, there is always that blue dot in there, no matter how big or small that blue dot in that red bubble. The other way goes the same. Even if someone is very careful, like check all the cybersecurity, do all the privacy check, do all this governance, there is always gonna be, unfortunately, this red dot, big or small. So what we want is to know this. Who are amplifying what? And who is this thing impacting? Now here is what we can see, or what we have seen, if people like us who are more conscious about using things for good, building business for good, building social impact, caring about people, planet, and profit last. If we don't use these technologies for good, that means we're gonna see less of the blue ones and more of the red ones.
The red ones are Trumps, is that why they
Oh, I didn't have that in mind. but people say if they... But yeah, essentially, it's just a tool, right? But if people use it for like other things, and because we are so ethical to a way that we think like, oh, let's not use it, is that the best?
But is it really any different if you've got lots and lots of people doing good things in this technology, but you still have a few people doing absolutely terrible things? Is that a balance? Are you calling that? Or no, is it just purely about numbers though, or is it something else?
That's a really good question, actually. I think it's also about like the content, right? What content, what purpose, and like how much is the number? Oh, yes, of course. No, thank you. So the question is, what are being amplified and what are the impacts? If we are the technologists, if we, the people in the room that have ethics check or like wanting to do social good and everything, are not using the technology out of concern, I wonder if that's the best choice. Because regardless if we use this or not for good, other people out there are gonna use it. And the thing is, it's funny because as a researcher, right, I have to jump on so many ethics loops to get to develop one thing. Whereas people out there, they don't. They just develop one. Yeah, I'll leave it to Marina, next one.
And when we were preparing for this presentation, and what Ari brought to my attention and why the story here came, and I want to give you an example. What all these businesses have in common? They clearly communicate in their cause. They clearly communicate what they do, how they impact socially, how they use funds, and this is the power of social enterprise. Your social enterprise has as much power as you could communicate story and contribution to the society. So, and that's what probably the one thing we want to communicate is AI in particular has incredible power to communicate, to help you to communicate your stories. And if you're only using AI to do that, you're already 10 times ahead. I'll give back to Crystal for now.
Are you good? Yeah, you're good. Okay. Marina, I have a lot of like examples of AI to share. It's gonna be amazing. But the question is, technically, what does AI means? It stands for artificial intelligence, but what is it actually? Does anyone want to try and answer that? No? Why not? Why not? It's not an exam. Yes.
I need the mic. To me, it's machine learning. So as more and more people input data and information into the system, the system in turn learns what people are putting in there and the outputs. So it's able to provide richer responses, automated responses based on the information provided. And as we were talking earlier, it's also a very expedient way or amplified way of losing your IP.
Well, that's a can of worm, isn't it, Peter?
Thank you.
It is the concern. Yeah, so technically, artificial intelligence is machine that learns how to be intelligent like human, regardless in what form. So we have 5 senses, right? We see, we think, we feel, we talk, whatever. Marina's gonna share this more about, but basically, it's what AI do that is like human. Where's my?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so just like what we looked at earlier about amplifier, AI is an enabler. Marina just told me how she created a video within 2 seconds of prompt, but she don't have video editing capacity at all. Am I right? Yeah. So that's how AI can enable someone who has no graphic design skill to be able to generate a social media poster in 1 sentence. So, but then the same as what we previously see, if it's not leveraged properly, it will have that high risk. If it's leveraged properly, hopefully we can leverage the high potential with minimizing its risk. When I say minimizing its risk, right? Because this is fun, I'm gonna tell this for fun. But Adobe got in trouble recently. I love Adobe, I've been using that for years, decades. But like their AI tool, when they render out a video editing, it just changed a politician's outfit to a beach outfit. That is bizarre. And like the agency didn't notice because everything was checked before they render out. And then something just changed during that render process, which Tim, if it were a normal thing without AI, it wouldn't happen, right? Tim is an amazing post-production guy, by the way. And so like we're like laughing about it. But then the thing is, Adobe kind of get in trouble for it because they created the technology, right? So something to watch out for. So with AI, you can have way less time to produce something, way cheaper, and way much higher productivity. But the question is, who is it amplifying? Who are impacted? And another question is, same thing, what is it enabling? And what are the impacts? The same question for us. If we are not using the technology, why? If we are using the technology, then for what? What problem is it solving, and why, and how? Okay, so here is the interesting bit. This is thanks to Marina, by the way, this slide. It's a good knowledge gap. So what business people don't really understand at the moment, there is a huge knowledge gap between how to use AI properly and advisors step in place. Hey, here's how you prompt ChatGPT. Hey, this is how you do generative AI properly. Hey, here's the strategy for implementing AI in your company. Don't just try it and like, you know what, it doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work because it's not right the way you use it. But then it doesn't stop here. That huge knowledge gap out there has nothing to compare to the awareness gap that people don't see underneath. The way I describe it, technology currently that we see and can use is only a tip of an iceberg. Technologists who innovates and like use the existing APIs, for example, to build new stuff, it's kind of like scuba diving, basically. But if you dig deeper, these are the researchers and experts, Google DeepMinds, all the scientists that are actually working on stuff for the world. 50% of them are not sure where this technology is going and how the impact would, have effect of the world. 50% of them are for it. That said, don't be afraid, guys. It's digital fun space. Okay, so here is it. Where are we in the technology timeline, right? In general, there is this called narrow artificial intelligence, and then super artificial intelligence, and then artificial general intelligence. So narrow AI is basically what we have at the moment. So any AI that is trained to like do specific tasks that are not all-rounder human-like is narrow AI, including ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT is like in the verge of like transitioning now, I think. Now, super AI is what people are trying to build right now. An AI that is capable of doing anything that human is capable of doing. I don't know how far we are from this, but yeah, I hope when it comes, there is proper ethics in place. And artificial general intelligence is something that is beyond human, who knows what. You see this on dystopian movies and stuff, but yeah, I hope with proper ethics in place and governance, then we could, resolve this technology. Last question before I pass the mic to Marina, which she has amazing, fun stuff of application. It's like, what do we think are worth amplifying, and what do we think are worth enabling? Does the causes that we support and invest in worth amplifying? Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Great. So when I work with professionals and businesses, I always look for the problem to solve. Moving to the next part of our presentation, I will share with you some what AI can do. However, I would ask you to keep coming back to you. What problem can it solve for me? What problem do I have? And try to relay it on a different way to, if that could do this, can it do that? Can it do that? Can you do that? And usually that comes you to the answers, leads you to the answers. Here's the example of social use.
Millions of people worldwide are impacted by floods, leaving behind thousands of fatalities and billions in economic damage. Early warning systems have been proven to assist governments and NGOs as they strive to minimize damages and loss of life. To contribute to this effort, Google Research has developed AI models to forecast when and where riverine floods will occur around the world. Introducing the Google Flood Hub. The Flood Hub shows how river water will change over time. The predicted floodwater depth, and detailed flood maps. All information is free and publicly available to help people worldwide access vital flood information when time is of the essence.
So SA Water, they are using the same technology to control our water supply. The same technology could be used for fire control, the same technology. So the technology is the opportunity to analyze vast amounts of information and overlay them to extract insights. So whatever before would take a lot of time and energy and a lot of human resources now is available, and moreover, it can be available for free. So that is the power of this technology. However, we are small businesses, medium-sized businesses. We don't solve world problems. We solve small problems with big impact. Then the question, how can we leverage it? What can we do on a daily basis? What can we take home and start using? We have a little bit more VR experiences, and if I can pre-frame it, I actually learned this experience a couple days ago, and I thought, as a marketer, before, only big brands had access to this technology. Amazon, Google, they used it to predict where we should go and avoid traffic. Amazon predicted what should we buy next, what else should we put in our basket, followed us around the internet, suggesting that we forgot to purchase something. They used it for a long time. However, they had funds and resources. Now, and even these campaigns, the Burger King that you're about to see, is also was possible with the hundreds of $1,000s of investments. Technology is so available that we were playing with AR experience today. So small, medium-sized businesses all of a sudden can do big impact campaigns with small budgets. I'll let you present these cases.
Yeah, thank you. I think the video presents itself. Let's just watch it. How do I play? Timmy, can you help us? Thank you.
So they are burning competitors' adverts to get discounts. That's what's happening. They're burning competitors.
And the crazy thing is, within 3 months, they hit their annual revenue. Yep.
It was in Brazil, yeah?
Yeah, Brazil. So the next one is the IKEA Place. It's available in App Store as well if you want to check it out.
Hey, IKEA would like everyone to know about Place, our new augmented reality app. Built on Apple's new AR kit, you can easily place true to scale 3D models of IKEA furniture in your place. Scan, browse, select, move, and place. So that could mean less of this. And less of this. And probably more of this. We want to make it easier for people everywhere to imagine a better place. Share this place and this place. Try
Cool.
place in your place.
So yeah, you can try that. The next one is actually from the fashion industry. Nike and a couple of other brands have done this as well, but this is a sample from Amazon.
And I think the technology developed in South Australia.
Yeah.
Cool, due to time, can we move to the other one, please, Timmy? Thank you. So this last one is actually an educational use case of technology. But look at how much more fun would children use this to learn chemistry. It's fun, right? I wish I have this. I'll give it back to Marina. Thank you.
So that is all fun and good. And as a marketer, I would think, how can I use this mechanics or use this strategy and the technology to multiply my impact? And it's definitely possible through engagement, through community and explanation, understanding that this technology price dropped from 100,000 to within 10,000 or less. Or maybe just even you spending a weekend and figuring it out. However, we do have a big problem. We on the market, when we have too many solutions looking for the problems, who is overwhelmed by the number of AI tools coming all over the place? Me too. I spent last year testing lots of them, too many. And I do not test anything anymore. I switched my focus to understanding what is the problem. What's the problem I solve? I don't have time, or then I don't have time, what do I do? Not having the time. Do I type? I now talk to ChatGPT. I don't type anything anymore. So I look for the problem. And I urge you all, do not ever register for any tool again until you clearly understand what you're going to do with it. You need to understand the problem first and then get to the solution. And if you dig deeper in the problem, usually the problem not solvable with the tool. It's outside the tool. Tool give you more distraction. We have to reframe the equation from what can AR, VR do to what it should do. If I need to do more impact, if I need to tell my story What would help me to make my story heard? Do I need more visual content? Do I need more capturing more feedback from my audience? Do I need more angles? Do I need more connections? And then I'm looking for the answers. AI can analyze information. ChatGPT latest release, incredible. They put Excel and Microsoft Word. Excel, I put Word inside it. You can put any information in ChatGPT now through the option to attach your Excel document, and it provides you graphics, analysis, insights. It's incredible. Before you would pay money to data analysts, you can do it now yourself, or you can engage someone who understands it and can help you, guide you. Within an hour, I usually can explain a lot and save a lot of time for someone to figure it out yourself, because I already invested all the time, and it's incredible. AI can read and understand sentiment. Sentiment analysis is very hard and time and energy consuming analysis, but it extracts that valuable stories. Now with the tools available, you can scan social medias, you can understand what people are saying about your brand, you can understand what people are saying about other brands, what people are saying on the problems you're trying to solve, and having that information, it's like sitting in the room that Ari gave us example earlier and listening what parents said. Now you have that multiplied capabilities of listening what people say. I'll just let you listen to this example.
For example, last year there were landslides in the Himalayan region in India, and we were able to not just collect the data on damage through our regular template-based forms, but also capture people's voices about how they felt the impact of the landslides to their homes, to their lives and livelihoods. And what we got through an AI-generated inference was quite different from what the structured data sets were telling us. The way we made it work was we collected data from people, we recorded their voices on WhatsApp, we collected all the local newspapers during that time of emergency, and also collected government reports, and we just dumped it into this black box, and then run our queries about what are the top 3 things that people need, and it gave us some very fresh insights.
So collective, thank you very much.
The government not
Collecting information, analyzing the information is extreme power, we know it. However, now you do have access to that technology and these capabilities. It's definitely that good. I do not have video experience.
Objection is to introduce AI capabilities that are now available for social enterprises to leverage and maximize their impact.
So that took me literally a minute to produce. I did that because preparing to this presentation, I was using Canva, and of course I heard you can do videos and overlay the voice. And I was like, I actually haven't done much of it. It's not something I need to do. And not leaving Canva tool, I was able to choose the character, create little script, and record it. And that's all worked. So technology accessibility is on your fingerprints. If you need to learn the technology, you can go to YouTube, and plenty of great people who do regular updates and tutorials, and I watch them myself. And what it does, it gives you capability fast to create a voiceover, maybe not great professionally, however, it saves you incredible amount of time. you have capability to push your story out. It's not for perfection, it's for action.
Let's get this translation train rolling.
Hey, how's it been going? Have you been up to anything interesting recently?
Hola, ¿cómo te ha ido? ¿Has hecho algo interesante últimamente?
Hola, bien. Sí, un poco ocupado aquí preparando un evento para la semana que viene.
Hey, I've been good. Just a bit busy here preparing for an event next week.
So, who has ChatGPT? Yeah, great. Do you have it on your phone? If you haven't yet, install it on your phone, because this technology, and that's already available on your phone, it's within its capability and the free account. You can talk to it, you can brainstorm it, you can learn languages. It is there. It's not a hype, it's not imagination, it's not a future promise. It's today's capability, and it's pretty good. It's really good. How is that? It can translate to sign language. Sign language is a huge barrier. However, now you can create characters and you can create sign language translation using AI. That's enabling, that's accessibility, that makes us more connected to human, and that's why I love this technology. I see so much good and potential, and that's another example.
Or have low vision.
Chicken and pumpkin soup.
They're called Envision glasses, and they use ChatGPT, Google Glass hardware, and 5G connectivity to quickly and accurately process the visual information around the user and convert that into speech.
Handcrafted, bruised, family-friendly, public house, local bold.
How good is this? And this video a couple years ago, to be honest, the recent ChatGPT update that's still due to roll out, hopefully in the next week or two, it does has a vision as well. So it will recognize your face, it can understand. And now, this morning, after Moira's session, I took a picture of the board that with all the questions that we generated, and within 2 minutes, I was able to email it with all the questions captured and structured and organized. So this is an enabler in your pocket. It can see emotions, it can understand emotions. So if your customers, I don't believe in, emotion buttons in the toilets, in the public spaces. How did you like our experience? Because only people who are upset will usually push the button. If you're in a good mood, you can't be bothered. This probably would be the best to capture. And I know New South Wales Police, they use the same technology to control security around Taylor Swift concert. They were capturing social moods and were prepared to open the doors or make an announcement if the mood swing will go in the wrong direction. Power of retrieving the information, that's to organize your thoughts, organize your files, organize your ideas. It can find a needle in it. What is it? Stag of hay. Haystack, thank you. However, because we are reaching to the end of this session, if I can recommend you 2 tools for AI, today is going to be ChatGPT and Canva. You don't need any other tools until you clearly know what you need to do. If you can figure it out how to use ChatGPT, part of many, many tools that do things for you. However, working with tools like ChatGPT, you have to teach AI about your business. You have to teach AI about your customers. You have to teach your strategy. You have to teach about your brand. Only after AI knows all this information, it can generate your content, your stories, on your brand, connected with your audience. Do not skip this step. And if you follow me on LinkedIn, I'm happy to connect. I have plenty of templates, prompts, or workflows that can help you to set up this as a machine. It will be your trusted creator to turn in all your stories into your language. If ChatGPT doesn't generate something that you're happy with, it means you have not done enough homework to tell who you are, what do you want, and how you want to sound. Okay, all this fun and good. How are we going with the time? We have 2 minutes, and AI doesn't owe information, it just goes into big bucket. And your choice, you can restrict it to you. You can use it as your private information. You can purchase subscription for $20 a month that will protect your private information. With the social enterprise, actually, I would say teach AI about your social enterprise a lot. Let people find this information. So I would purposely put a lot of information about my social enterprise in AI. Hopefully, it will be found on the other end. Yes, we have another question.
So, in this world that we're sort of in now, in AI, how do you, would you still advise that organisations do search engine optimization, or is that a thing of the past?
Yeah, as a marketer, there is no answer to one.
Actually,
I would say...
If I can jump in on that.
Try. Yes.
So the way ChatGPT and any other AI work is by scraping the data from the internet. If our data is not on SEO, then most likely they don't even find our data. So, and then back to your question, IP is very sensitive issue, actually. That's where I would be very, very careful. If it's about like social media and like, the things that you actually want to promote, perfect. Like Marina said, please put it in the ChatGPT, because like one time someone from Samsung actually put their, stuff into ChatGPT trying to get marketing stuff before they launched the product. 3 minutes later, someone else, not from even that country, knows about this product that they haven't launched.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is relevant to your question as well. Two concerns. One, I mean, the reason I've been anti it is, as an author of 10 books, I've had my books, I have nothing left. It's all on the internet. The second thing, as a First Nations business, is trying to create all of this amazing information for people to come to our business and buy product. I'm worried about sharing the back end of it, which is First Nations intellectual property, for it to then be taken by other people, whereas I kind of need it to create the stuff, but I don't want anyone else to know it. Does that make sense?
Yes. And it is definitely a huge risk, and that's why also I selected, like I divided risks that we have associated with AI. We have human-related risks that information is there, but then do people use it, and breaking your copyright laws? And I think there are even cases in the US when they were able to trace it back. It's definitely affecting all creative industries. I wouldn't have a straight answer. We can have a discussion. And then we have AI-related risks, how AI proceed and process all the information it has. It has bias, it can discrimination in the algorithm potentially, and we unfortunately had seen it with Google when we had Black Pop, and we had some different pictures generated that were far from reality. So, and we definitely don't have transparency with AI. We don't know how they program. We don't know everything. And if I personally could say that I want to see OpenAI settings, the prompts. There are many layers. I can only see the top layer, and I don't see what's underneath. So separate the risks as we do in our lives. Control what you can take control of, and understand there are something that you cannot control.
Yeah, and like due to time, please feel free to connect with us for further conversation. We would love to, have this conversation with you. And if anyone wants to try AR, VR, if you haven't tried before, we've got exhibition upstairs. Ellen and the team would be very happy to help you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Round
you.
of applause. In real time, in human. Marina and Crystal will be around, and please make yourself known to them if you could use them. I would just add that the risks in these environments is the same as in any other. Like, humans do behave badly, and they are still behind all the algorithms and all the AI. So we can't undo the human factor, and that's one of the biggest challenge. I'd also encourage you, if you haven't seen yet Canva Create, their launch from 3 weeks ago. It's on YouTube. It's about an hour long. It is really very interesting from a branding, marketing point of view, VR, all sorts of interesting things I've got in Canva, but also for not-for-profits and for a number of social enterprises and for educational institutions. Most of it is free. So it's making it very, very accessible, and it's really cool stuff, and it's nice to think that one of the female founders, the co-founder of Canva, an Aussie. So please have a look at those things and have a go. That would be some of you know I'm a mayor, and two of our elected members on Tuesday night put their speeches into ChatGPT, and they were the debates that they used. So we had a little practice in the chamber. So we're going to go to afternoon tea. We've got about a 15-minute break. Then you can come back in here. We've got an amazing panel. Sarah, Todd, who else is on that? Peter, there's a few people on that. If you want to be here, and if you're upstairs, you will be with... Who will be upstairs? Let me check. I can't remember. Can you tell me, Mel? Sharon and Sean. Yes, they're doing some very good conversation up there. So particularly around some ethics as well. There's a little bit of ethics in that conversation, I think. So please go ahead upstairs if you want to do that. Check out the work that you're all doing, and give them one more round of applause, and have a really good rest of the afternoon.